Good day, greeting students. I am very happy to meet you all again in grade 11 economics. We are in chapter 9 of statistics for economics, which is use of statistical tools. So far we have discussed various statistical tools. In this chapter we are discussing about how to use those statistical tools to make a project. So ஒரு project presentation கொடுக்கிறதுக்கு இந்த statistical tools நம்ம எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணணும், எங்கே எதை அப்ளை பண்ணணுங்கிறத டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்காக தான் we have this 9th chapter, the last chapter, views of statistical tools. Already we have discussed the steps in the project making. When you make a project, what are the steps? We have already discussed. So what was the first step? You need to identify a problem or an area of study. ஒரு ப்ராப்ளமோ இல்லை எதை பற்றி படிக்க போகிறோம், எதை பற்றி தெரிஞ்சுக்க போகிறோம், எதை பற்றி ரிசர்ச் பண்ணுறோங்கிற இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் we have to take out. Second thing is that you need to choose your target group. So if you are going to talk about baby products, who are you going to talk about? To mothers, right? If you are going to talk about some bikes, people who ride bikes, you can ask them. If you are going to talk about the increase in prices in petrol, you will be in a petrol bunk asking the people who use petrol, who consume it, like who gets petrol for their bike or their car. You can, if you are talking about the introducing of some new product, petroleum products ku badila eco gas and the madri irukku appadina, you can talk to the users and get to know what they like about it. So what you have to do after choosing your problem or your area of study, you have to choose your target group. Choice of target group. The next step is collection of data. Choose your method. Are you going to use primary data or are you going to use secondary data? If you are going to use primary data, you have to make sure you have a questionnaire. What are the questions should be in that? Is it understandable? Sample size enna edukalam? All this you have to decide. If you are going to go for secondary data, then you have to discuss the secondary sources that you are going to use for your data collection. Okay? After choosing your target group, that is your population and your sample, you are going to collect data. Once you have collected that data, you are going to organize it and present it. So organization is all about the classification. Right? What is organization about, children? The classification of data, spatial classification, temporal classification, quantitative or qualitative, or frequency distribution prepare பண்றது, இது எல்லாமே இங்கே பண்ணுறோம் நம்ம organization. Presentation, what do? Simultaneously, once you present the data, classify the data, அதை என்ன ஃபார்மேட்டில் ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணுறீங்க? Is it in a tabular presentation or is it textual presentation? Deciding that is this step, the fourth step, organization and presentation of data. The next thing is analysis and analysis and interpretation. என்ன பண்றோம்? We are analyzing the information that we have got and interpreting the meaning of it. So you have tools like measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion and correlation here. அதெல்லாமே நம்ம இங்க யூஸ் பண்றோம். Are we going to use standard deviation? If yes, which method? Are we going to calculate the mean, median or mode? That decisions we have to make. What we would like to know, அது எதை டிபெண்ட் பண்ணி நீங்கள் சூஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க? உங்களுக்கு ஆவரேஜ் தெரியணும்னா you have to go for arithmetic mean. If you want to have 50%, இங்கே பாதி அங்கே பாதினா median. Most frequently used அப்படின்னா mode. Clear? The next thing, analysis and interpretation முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறமா what was the next thing that we are going to do? We are going to conclude your project, that is give your suggestions and futuristic predictions here. So நம்மளோட conclusion நம்ம என்ன கொடுக்க போறோம்? Giving your future predictions and other related observations will be given in conclusion. நம்ம புரிஞ்சிக்கிட்டது what was our objective and have we attained it? What are the suggestions we are going to give to solve a problem, or if it is an area of study, how it would turn future prediction என்னவா இருக்கும்? Discussing that would be the conclusion. You would also have another section called bibliography. The details of your secondary sources will be given up in your bibliography. Okay, the secondary sources information will be given in bibliography. எங்கேருந்து data எடுத்திருக்கீங்க, which book supported you, from where you got the definition, எங்கேன்னு போட வேண்டாம், but you have to refer, you have to give the name of the book and the author or the website there in bibliography. There is one more thing called annexa. Annexa where you give the related documents, உங்களோட questionnaire ஓட ஒரு copy, some other important documents related to the project will be attached in annexa. Clear children? These are the steps involved in making a project. What are the things you have to do? You have to identify a problem or an area of study. Second thing, you have to choose to whom or about whom you are going to conduct this session, conduct this survey. Okay, that's your target group, that is population and sample should be chosen. Next, collection of data. Collection of data, what you are going to do? Whether you are going to use primary data or secondary data, which mode of collection, இதெல்லாமே இங்கே இருக்கும். Organization and presentation, textual, tabular, அதெல்லாம் இங்கே. Analysis and interpretation, measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, correlation. Conclusionல உங்களோட suggestions and your observations can be given here. Bibliography, a list of your references. Clear children? These are the steps in making a project. Already we have discussed a questionnaire. நம்ம ஒரு sample project இருக்கு. We were just discussing about it. So we have had a questionnaire about toothpaste. A person wants to start a company to produce toothpaste. So he would like to know the taste, preferences and expectations of the consumers. So he has created a questionnaire. From that questionnaire, how we are going to go to the next step. So அவர் என்ன பண்ணிட்டாரு? He identified an area of study. அதுதான் about toothpaste. Second point, what is the second point? Choice of target group. So our families, he has chosen a sample households எடுத்துக்கிட்டாரு. Then he had a sample size of 100. Urban, rural, ரெண்டு ஏரியா சேர்த்து 100 னு ஒரு sample size choose பண்ணிட்டாரு. The third step was data collection. He gave a questionnaire, primary data use பண்ணிருக்காரு. He has conducted a survey and through that survey we have got information. Now what are we going to do? We are going to classify the data and then move on to organizing it and presenting that data. So there is a report, okay, that is given here. So let us just go on to that. We have classified that. Name, can you classify? No. Sex, yes, the second question you can classify. So this is a qualitative classification, isn't it? That is going to give us male or female. So male we have 45. So second question நம்ம என்ன classification கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? Qualitative classification we have used. You can even use this tally mark system and you can count, okay. Then ages, you can go for a frequency distribution and how it will be in the data பார்த்தா it will be varying a lot, isn't it? When you talk about ages, people can be of different ages. அதில் நம்ம ஒரு average calculate பண்ணிட்டா நம்ம பண்ணணும். So we have to go for class interval. So we have to make a grouped frequency distribution. என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம் ageல we have done a grouped frequency distribution. So let us take the data that they have given us. Age in years and number of persons. இது frequency distribution இல்லையா, that too grouped. So how they have presented? Age in years, number of persons or number of respondents, both are one and the same, okay. So we have below 10, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 40 to 50, above 15 ஒரு sector இருக்கு, we'll put it as 50 to 60. Clear? What we have done, above 50 is given as 50 to 60. Now we are going to have number of persons. So they have given a statement like 0 to 10 was 74, 10 to 20 was 56. It's based on the number of respondents that they have got, okay. Then 91, 146, 93, 40, 500. How did it come to 500? They took the sample as 100 households. The average number of people in one house அப்படிங்கிறப்போ 500 divided by 100 5 ன்னு எடுத்துக்கலாம். That's the average, it's not the exact. In some families there would have been 7, some there would have been only 2. It differs, okay. So they have created a bar diagram. I hope you can understand that. A bar diagram is created to present the same information. What they have created? They have created a bar diagram. You can even create an histogram, no problem. There is no problem with creating an histogram even. It's up to us. So 0 to 10, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So let's have in 20s the counts. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 and 140. Okay? What we do next? 0 to 10, 74. So your histogram starts from here. How many? 74. So somewhere you have it here. Then how much is 10 to 20? 56. So your data will be here. Then you have 20 to 30, 91. So again it will come up till here. Then you have 30 to 40, 146. 40 to 50, 93. Then 50 to 60, 40. Okay, a simple bar diagram is fine, or you can go with even an histogram, no problem. You remember histogram வந்து frequency distribution இருந்தா நம்ம இதை யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். Ungrouped data, if there is no frequency distribution, then we have no other way, we have to go only for bar diagrams. Frequency distribution irukku அப்படினா we can go for frequency diagrams or bar diagrams, anything is fine. Okay, so what is the observation given? ஒவ்வொரு questionக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு presentation of data க்கும் ஒரு observation இருக்கு. So the observation is majority of the people belong to the age group 30 to 40. Okay, that is the point we have understood from there. Okay, let us just see one more question for this session. So the next question is talking about family size. So family size na number of people in one home. It can be a discrete variable or you can take it as a continuous variable. Discrete variable na one person, two persons, three persons அப்படியும் நம்ம எடுக்கலாம். You can take, they have taken it as continuous variable, which I would not suggest. ஏன்னா 1 to 2 னு அதில் ஒரு பாயிண்டே இருக்காது இல்லையா. Family size, when you are discussing family size, there won't be a thing like 1.5, there won't be a thing like 2.5. It will be only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let us take it as discrete variables. Why am I teaching this to you? Because you should understand how to interpret your data. You can have 1, 2, 3, and then you can have 20, 100 households kondu varanum. Okay? 50, got it, children? This is how you present your data as a discrete variable. How are we going to present it? Using simple bar diagram, because idukku histogram illa endha oru frequency diagram varaya mudiyadhu. So we are going to just do a histogram. One, 2, 3, 6, so 1 we have 20, 2 again 20, 3, 10, 4, 30, 5, 10, 6, 10. Understood? This is how you present it. From this you can give the observation that majorities of the family had 4 members in its family. So nammaloda observation namma kudukrom. So after every presentation of data you give your observation. What did you get from that particular data? Clear, children? That is what we have discussed in this. They have given it as continuous variable, but I strongly believe that it would suit discrete variable, because you don't have a thing like 1 to 2. Size of family la 1 to 2 nu or point kadayadu. So I want you to put it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't just mark it blindly, just you have to think logically. Logically அது work ஆகுமான்னு தெரிஞ்சுதான் நீங்கள் அதை classify பண்ணவோ present பண்ணவோ செய்யணும். Clear, children? From the next problem we'll be working, from the next question we'll be working out with problems. So be ready for it. Okay? See you in the next session. Till that I want you to go through this properly. And if at all you have any doubts, please get it clarified from me. Thank you, and may you all have a wonderful day today.